Hello Gems, Leah from Red Emerald Yoga. Today I am here doing a Taurus in new Today I'm here doing a new moon in Taurus pick a card spread. We're going to be using Tarot of Pagan Cats today and the Moonology Oracle deck. So, Taurus signs love to enjoy life's pleasures. They long for security and the comforts of home. They love relaxing. And they really love pleasing the senses. They have a strong desire for the material things. As many of you know, Tauruses are notoriously stubborn, but they also have a capacity for kindness. They are steady and loyal when operating at their full potential. With the new moon in Taurus, we can harness the energy of the steadfast bull to develop new habits that empower us to create a life that we truly desire. So, when you're ready, go ahead and choose a pile. If you already know which pile you want, by all means, go down into the description to your timestamp below. If you're not too sure, then stick around and maybe these stones will help you select your pile. I don't know what this is. My husband brought me this. I think it might be like iron ore or something like that. It's got a little metallic sheen to it in the light, and it's very dense. That will be pile 1. This stone I found on the beach, and when it was wet and glistening in the sun, it really caught my eye. It kind of reminded me of a tiger's eye. It might be tiger's eye, maybe not. I have no idea, but I really like the striations. So if this stone catches your eye, you will be pile 2. This stone is pile 3. And we found this stone when we were hiking by the beach. And my son's friend found this and he gave it to me. I think this is probably, this might be like a white quartz or something. I'm really not too sure, but this thing was like really glowing. This thing was glowing at sunset. This thing was beautiful. And for pile 4, we have this reddish stone. I'm thinking maybe a jasper. I'm not too sure, but this one was really pretty when it was wet. I wish I had a rock tumbler. I would love to see what these look like all polished and tumbled, but alas, I do not have one. So we have these raw, unpolished stones. So if this one draws your eye, this will be pile 4. This one I found after I was done surfing with my dog. We came out of the water, and this one really caught my attention. So choose your pile. Go down to the timestamp below, pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you have selected pile 1, just stay put and we'll get right into your reading. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hello, pile 1. If you have chosen this stone, this reading is for you. Okay, I just have my spread over here. So this is what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? Actually, I'm going to do it. Just want to get all of these on camera. Okay. What lessons can I learn from nature? Oh, wait, this one's here. Okay. What lessons can I learn from nature? How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? Just scoot this over a tad. Okay. What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? And what can I do to manage overindulgence? And then this is an oracle card for you. We'll read that at the end. Okay, so for the first card, what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? Here we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So the Page of Wands, I feel like he's really curious. He's out looking at what he can do next. I feel like this is kind of where you are right now. And I feel like this is why this card is coming up in this position. I feel like you may be too distracted. You may be trying to start too many projects at once, too many creative projects. And maybe they might even be like in the home like working on projects. I'm not too sure. But to inspire tranquility in your home, I feel like focus on one at a time, or maybe now is not the best time for that. With Taurus being so slow and heavy, Taurus loves to rest. So this might be just a time of rest and not taking on a new project, a new creative endeavor. What lessons can I learn from nature? Seven of Cups. Now, normally this card, oh wait, I want to get it so it's not glaring. Normally this card is like, to me, like about having too many options, difficulty making a choice. But I feel like what you can learn from nature, I feel like this cat is daydreaming. This cat is sleeping. And to me, this is like laying down at the park or the beach, just being outdoors, somewhere you love, somewhere you feel safe, and just completely letting all of your cares and worries go. Feeling the breeze blow through your hair or blow on your skin, just like really grounding with the earth, making a connection with your body. And I feel like this is like the cat fell asleep watching the clouds blow by. And the cat is just dreaming about all of these wonderful things. Normally this card has one or maybe two frightening looking objects, like you're not really too sure what it could be. But here, all of these would look appealing to a cat. So that's why I feel like it's more like daydreaming, just really taking it easy. And that may be tying in with this card, like you're trying to do too many creative things at once and it's causing maybe some stress at home because you're focusing on the goalpost that, you know, keeps moving. And this card is saying, no, just take it easy. Don't worry about that right now. Take it easy, take a rest, take a little siesta. How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? Taurus loves shiny things. They love beautiful things. So let's see. Oh, okay. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is like the embodiment of beautiful things. And this card is in the reverse. So I feel like here with this card in this position, how can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? I feel like maybe this is a time of not worrying about what you look like. This is a time like really not to stress out about being beautiful or really, you know, like what people are thinking about you. This is not a time to keep up with the Joneses. Maybe this is calling upon, you could be calling like the Queen of Pentacles. To me, it's like an older, wiser woman. And I feel like maybe, you know, thinking about your mom or your grandma, somebody who's wise and just, you know, like how they're okay. They're okay with their well, maybe yours are not, I don't know, but like they're older, but they're okay. They're not too worried about it. They're not, you know, getting torn up that, you know, their appearance is changing. Oh my goodness, my camera is like driving me crazy. It's a little bit off. Let me see. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, like, when the hair turns silver and, they get a couple of wrinkles, and it's okay. They're still beautiful. And I feel like that is what this card is trying to teach you. Not to be so concerned with the way that you look and worried about, having to have the latest and greatest thing, the latest and greatest shiny object. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? Ooh, 4 of Pentacles. So I feel like right now, this cat is chilling at home. This cat's taking it easy, and this cat is actually doing some saving. This cat is like, I have a dog. I have a wiener dog, and he reminds me of Templeton the rat from Charlotte's Web. And he runs around the house and he finds all his little things. And he does this. He makes these little Templeton piles, and he likes to hide stuff. So it'll be like one day it'll be under my bed. And then when I find all of our stuff hiding underneath the bed, I'll put everything away, and then I'll find a new Templeton pile, and it'll be, underneath a rocking chair or underneath, I have this, it's a dresser that I turned into like this vanity thing. And that's what I use for my sink. So I have like a vessel sink on top of it. And so like a dresser, there's like this little gap underneath, and he'll get all his little things, like his balls and his toys and just random things, a shoe or whatever, like a sandal, and he'll just hide them all in there. So I feel like he's saving. To me, this really reminds me of my dog's little Templeton routine that he does. He's putting all the things that he likes in this little cubby hole here. And I feel like this would be a time to save up for for something that you like, that Taurus energy. Maybe at the end of the month, finally go out and splurge and you spend your money on that thing. But I feel like right now, this is a time of saving. This is a time of staying home and chilling. He's really comfortable in this cushion and just relaxing. Card 5, what activities will help me become more grounded in my body? Death in the Death in the reverse. I feel like there is something in your life that that it is time to say goodbye to, because it is not serving your greatest good. This could be a person. This could be a job. This could be your relationship to a group of people. This could be a habit. This could be an old way of thinking. I'm not too sure what this means to you, but there is something that it is time to say goodbye to. It is time to move on. And I feel like that is going to bring you a lot of peace in your body. That is going to really give you not only emotional freedom, but even like our emotions have a physical effect on our body. You're going to feel it in your body when you let this thing go. I feel like that is time to say goodbye. Perhaps a cord cutting ceremony is in order. I don't know if you're familiar with cord cutting ceremonies, but like there's like this energetic cord that connects us to things, to people. And I used to watch old movies with my grandma, and I imagine like those big stainless steel shears, like the dressmaker shears, those really long ones. And I imagine just coming in with my shears, those stainless steel shears, and with like an audible shing, I cut that cord and I release it. I let it go with love. If it's a person, I send that cord back to them, and I free myself from that negative attachment. What can I do to manage overindulgence? 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So normally this card is all about reaping the rewards This is like what you worked so hard for and then, like, you know, harvesting it. But I feel like this card is saying, you know, when you tend to overindulge, especially with this coming into Taurus, you know, that Taurus energy coming in, maybe it's time to sit back and really think, is it worth it? Is this really what I want to spend my hard-earned money on? Will this really bring me the joy and satisfaction that I'm looking for? And is this even something that I want? Or again, I feel like, you know, over here with this card, am I just doing this to keep up with the Joneses? Is this really going to make me happy? And then this is advice from the Moonology Oracle deck. This says, the answers you need are coming. So here with Gemini, I feel like here there's these two faces. And I feel like there's something that you've been really worried about. And maybe, you know, maybe that's why you tend to overindulge. Maybe it brings you like a temporary sense of satisfaction, a temporary sense of joy. You're looking for something. And this card is suggesting that the answers that you need are coming. I'm going to go to the book. I'm going to try to mosey on around my tripod without bumping it. Let's see. Okay, made it. All right, let's see. Full moon in Gemini. Let's see. Page 46. Oh, wait, that's new moon. Just kidding. Okay, so full moon in Gemini. Page 72. Okay, here we go. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. Maybe that's why you have so many cards suggesting, take it easy. You know, stay at home, chill, go outside and just like take a nap. Yeah, maybe this is not the time to say harsh things to people. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn put it, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Here we go. Additional meanings for this card. Don't be superficial. Maybe that's what this card is getting to. Not to overindulge and not to worry about so much about your physical appearance. Yes, it is important to feel good about yourself, feel good in your own body, feel good in your own skin, without going overboard. So pile 1, that concludes your reading. I hope that this will help you navigate your new moon in Taurus. Please like and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And don't forget to leave a comment below letting me know which card was your favorite and if you felt your reading resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, hello, pile 2. If you have chosen pile 2, this stone, this reading is for you. So this first card is, what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? So make sure this is going to be on camera. What lessons can I learn from nature? How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? And what can I do to manage overindulgence? And this is advice from the Moonology Oracle deck. We'll get to that last. Okay. So the first card, what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? And here we have the Page of Cups. This card is in the reverse. I'm really drawn to the amount of water here and also this lotus, okay? The lotus to me is like a symbol of enlightenment. I feel like this is a little surprise that may have got the better of you and emotions kind of got out of control, a little bit out of hand. And I feel like an apology may be in order. There may be something that you have said and in the heat of the moment and you later regretted. I feel like, yeah, maybe perhaps a truce offering or some sort of an apology. Maybe thinking before you speak. What lessons can I learn from nature? Here we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like everything can be learned from nature, everything that's truly important. I think that perhaps you have been spending a little bit too much time distracted and really not paying attention to nature. Perhaps you have been distracted by possessions or maybe even electronic devices. You may have been like really focused on trying to, I don't know if there's like a new job or Pentacles deal with real world issues. So like there may be changing house or something new. This is like a new venture. This could be moving. This could be a new job. This could be looking for a new job. This could be not too sure, but anything that has to do with the real world and is like somewhat new. I feel like you're very distracted with that, and you could really benefit from spending some time in nature and not letting this thing, your distraction, be your focus. Right now, it's really time to let that go. Not completely let it go, because especially if it's a house or a job, that stuff is important, but just not to let it consume you. Still taking time to stop and smell the flowers. When was the last time you stopped and smelled flowers? Walk around in the park without your shoes on. Go to the beach and dig your toes in the sand, or whatever it is that you do. Just going outside and watching a sunset, watching a sunrise with a cup of tea or your morning coffee. Just something that breaks your routine. How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? King of Swords. Ooh. King of Swords. He's the guy. This is a very knowledgeable person. I don't know if this would be some sort of like an expert, like maybe even a clutter coach. I don't know if you are experiencing a lot of attachments to possessions that you can't let go. I'm thinking that this is not, this could be shopping, but it could also be possessions that you already possess. And I feel like the King of Swords is coming in and he's like cutting that. Like, no, you don't really need that. He's showing you, you know, how to look at things in a different way. And I'm really drawn to these butterflies that are right here on his perch where he's resting. And it's like it's brought him transformation. And he can see clearly from this new perch. And this perch was carved out of this hard stone. And I feel like there was like a lot of hacking coming in, like, no, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need this. And that's why I'm thinking a clutter coach. And I'm not saying like you have to go out and pay for a clutter coach. If you are able to do so, then great, fantastic. But there's also, I'm sure you could find something on YouTube, or you could find a book, or there might even be a like a docu-series. I know there was that lady, my neighbor used to watch her, something about like, if it doesn't spark joy in your life, get rid of it, something along those lines. That keeps coming to me. But I feel like really hacking away anything that is not really bringing you joy. It's not making you happy. If that would be an unhealthy attachment. Especially if you're just holding on to it for sentimental reasons. The King of Swords, he's not a sentimental person. Okay, the King of Swords thinks rationally. And he's like, do I need this? Getting rid of things that are just kind of weighing you down for sentimental reasons. Like, oh, my aunt gave me this, and if you really don't have room for it, or if you like have to downsize and you're moving, or things of that nature, or if you just have too much stuff, you got to prioritize and figure out what needs to be there and what is just there because you're afraid of letting go for whatever reason. What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? The Hanged Man. I'm thinking nothing. I think he would like a timeout. I think he would enjoy, like a time for meditating, looking at things upside down. Maybe this is doing some yoga. Maybe this is like being in like some inversion pose if you're physically not able to do standing upside down, like on your hands or your head. You can lay down and maybe prop your feet up on the wall, legs up on the wall pose. That's still an inversion. You can have a sturdy chair in front of you, and you can straighten your legs and you can lean down, making sure that your chair is not going to slide. And you can, go into a modified downward facing dog using a chair. You can do things of that nature. I feel like this is really looking at things from a different perspective. But I'm really drawn to just like the Hanged Man card is a card of doing nothing. It's a time of time out. What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? Temperance. This is a card of finding balance. This is a card of not overindulging. This is a card of figuring out what's needed and what's not needed. Finding that fine line. Here, like, I'm sure this cat would really like to eat this fish, but, maybe she's full. Maybe she's already had her lunch and she's dumping this cat out into the pond. She's not going to eat it today. So I really feel like this is not overindulging in something that you would really like to do, but it's not needed. I feel like that's really going to bring you joy. I'm really drawn to the rainbow, and I feel like the rainbow is a connection. Okay, between the two worlds, between earth, our earthly bodies, and heaven, or the spirit, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. And here, like, we have the rainbow here. It's reflected in the water, and it's also on the bowl. Like that balance is what brings this connection. I feel like this thing, whatever this is in your life, this distraction, I feel like this is what you need to find balance, more than anything. I feel like that's manifesting physically in your body. And if you want your body to feel better, it's going to start with this. And this is not like a once done cure all. You know, obviously there's other things that can affect the body, but I feel like this is having a strong impact on the body. What can I do to manage overindulgence? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Trying to get it so it's not glary. Okay. So I feel like you really need to figure out what it is that's going to make you happy. I feel like you're trying to juggle, you're trying to balance more than one option. And I'm really drawn to how this one is a fishbowl. And if you're like just juggling these around in an endless loop, you know, this fishbowl is going to eventually start to lose water. It's not going to be sustainable to be like juggling this around and being able to keep all of the water in the bowl. And I feel like this juggling act, you know, it's causing him a lot of emotional stress. And like, I feel like this is his mind, you know, like they're kind of like, his mind is like up and down. This water is really got some crazy waves. It's getting kind of intense, and I don't know how long he can play this game. I feel like in order to manage your overindulgence, especially with this new moon in Taurus, you're going to have to figure out what your priorities are. What is truly important to you? And again, I feel like this card is really tying in with this one. You know, when it comes time to bring this item into your home, into your life, whatever it is, again, pentacles are real world things. You know, figuring out like, is this really what I want? How is this going to make me feel? What am I searching for? You know, and then making your decision based on that gut check, like a really thorough analysis. And your advice card says conclusions are within reach. Like what you're looking for is, you know, kind of hidden behind these branches. And again, that may be like tying in here, but your conclusion is within reach. I feel like you have a question that you have been debating on for some time. I'm going to go to the book. Let's see what this says. Full moon eclipse. Page 96. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak or has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time. As hard as it may be, forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving this situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. And then it has a moon attunement. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. And then there's a couple of other different meanings for this card. You're going to have to choose the one that pertains to your, whatever is really heavily been on your mind, because this is a collective reading. So, doors which slam shut now will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that may be why your card is a hanged man. Like whatever is done is already done, and it's time to just like let it be. Just sit back and just enjoy being in the now, you know. Maybe you've already done whatever that it is that you could have done for this situation, and now it's like time to just sit and wait. I'm not too sure which one is really pertaining to your situation, but I do feel like some serious hacking has to take place regarding physical possessions, and then finding balance to help you become more grounded in your body, whatever that means. I feel like that has to do with overindulgences. It could even be like balancing your yin and your yang, your masculine and your feminine energies, finding that balance. But I do feel like your reading is heavily centered on balance. Even with this card here, with the Two of Pentacles, managing your overindulgence. I feel like it's all about finding the balance, you know, what, like distinguishing between the wants and the needs. So pile 2, this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and that it resonated with you. I would love to hear in the comments which cards were your favorite. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you have selected pile 3 or this stone, this reading is for you. So the first card, what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? Okay. What lessons can I learn from nature? How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? What can I do to manage overindulgence? And the last card is advice from the Oracle. This is the Moonology Oracle deck. Okay, card number 1. What can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? Here we have the 7 of Swords in the reverse. Just bring this in a little bit closer so you can see it. So here we have this cat, and he's sleeping. He's taking a cat nap. And while he's sleeping, we have all of these little mice who are coming in and stealing the cheese. Okay, but since your card is reversed, I don't feel like this is a physical item that is actually being taken. Okay. I feel like what needs to happen in your home to inspire tranquility is making sure that there are things not being taken. I feel like this is more along the lines of stealing time, of wasting time. In yoga, there's a Sanskrit word called ashteya, and Ashteya is non-stealing. And so yoga encourages us to not steal, but it's not only physical items. It's not just not taking that dress when you go to the store, or not walking out with that pair of shoes you really wanted. It's also about not stealing somebody's time. Don't waste somebody's time. Don't say you're going to do something and then not. Don't waste people's time with rambling and these stories when, you have no intention of following through. Things of that nature. When you go to an appointment and your appointment is over, but you really, really like the person, and so you want to keep talking, but your appointment's over and it's time for either that person to go on about their day, their life, or maybe they have another appointment. And so in reality, it's kind of like stealing time. And I know I'm guilty of that. I have stolen people's time. People have stolen my time, but it's about, being aware and just trying to be better than you were yesterday. I don't want you to feel really bad, like, oh my God, I'm stealing everybody's time, or I'm wasting people's time. No, just I feel like right now at this time, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think that it's physical things. I think it's more like to do with time management. Ashteya. So what lessons can I learn from nature? Okay, 9 of Cups in the reverse. So here we have this really dignified cat on this fancy pillow, propped up on a table, this beautiful table. To me, it's like very like Hawaiian and theme. It's like very tribally looking, and it's all these beautiful things, like the fish, and it's very fancy. He's surrounded by his favorite things, his favorite possessions. But I feel like your card is suggesting that the best things in life are actually free. We can buy fancy artwork, but does it actually do justice to the artwork that is outside? Does it actually do justice to nature, to what our eyes can see? Can a photograph truly capture the beauty of a sunset? I think sometimes it can with the right photographer and editing and tweaking of a camera, but usually the eye captures so much more, and you're like, wow, the picture just doesn't look the same, the way it looks in real life. And I think that's what we can learn from nature. Being outside, that the real beauty is out there. We can surround ourselves by all of these beautiful things. But what we really need right now in this time is to spend time outdoors, surrounding ourselves with the beauty of nature. How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? Here we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So the Queen of Wands, she's the belle of the ball. She's very beautiful. She loves to be the center of attention. She makes friends everywhere she goes. And she knows. The Queen of Wands, she's it, and she knows it. And I feel like with this card, how can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? I feel like this would be letting go of what people expect to see you in, or to see you with. This would be not about having to have name brand items, or I'm not saying to buy like counterfeit goods or anything like that, but I'm just saying, you don't have to have the most flashy thing. And when you're out, like you don't need to worry about entertain, like your stuff entertaining people. Like people should come over to visit you and not your stuff. And more than likely, that's probably why people are there. Okay, if people are there to visit your stuff, then those are probably not the type of people you want to be surrounded by anyway. I feel like this is also about worry. This is about worry. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that I showed up and she's wearing the same thing as me. Or things of that nature, like worrying about I feel like this is again, this came up in one of the other piles, keeping up with the Joneses, like to satisfy what you think people will think of you. What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? Now, this card is very interesting. 10 of Wands. Normally, this card is like, hey, you're carrying a heavy load. You need to take a break. This is too much for one person to bear. You need to let them down, or you need some help carrying this load. Right now, I think that you could do, like, bulls are really strong animals. Bulls are, Taurus is the bull, and they can carry a heavy load. Tauruses are strong. And this card really is really surprising me. What would I most enjoy right now? I feel like this is some hard work. Maybe you want to go to the gym and lift some heavy weights, or I'm not too sure. I see a house here. Maybe this is like, these could be like 2x4s or wood, and like maybe there's a project to do. I'm not too sure, but I feel like this is taking on something big. Like right now is your time to harness the energy of the bull and be strong, and that is going to bring you the pleasure that you would most enjoy right now. So that's pretty cool. What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this card is cracking me up right now. Let me bring this in so you can see it. Okay, this cat right here. Okay, I feel like this cat is you, and this is people and their BS and their opinions and and their ideas of you, and you're just like pushing this cat away in the face, like, no, not right now. You're pushing it away, and this one's kind of laughing, and so what would help you become more grounded in your body? I think this is getting rid of the mental chatter. This is like, I feel like, okay, so this could be your own mental chatter. This could be, I don't feel like this is happening in the real world. If this is anything, I feel like this is like not like just tuning out and shutting out. Like maybe it's hitting the block button on social media, or just not even getting involved in drama. Maybe this is not watching drama. Maybe this is not the time for you to sit there and watch like a show that stresses you out. Maybe it's a time to laugh and be comfortable. Maybe it's time for a romance movie or a comedy, or maybe it's time, Taurus, maybe it's time for a true story or something, but something not stressful. I feel like right now you just want to get away from all the BS and the drama. Like, no, you're pushing it away like that cat, like not today. What can I do to manage overindulgence? Ooh. Here we have the Knight of Swords. I think you have a tendency to be impulsive, to maybe indulge on impulse buy. And I feel like maybe during this new moon in Taurus, maybe it would benefit you to sleep on things. To not make big, indulgy decisions on a whim. This is advice from the Oracle. A time for healing. Balsamic moon. We got this really peaceful water. These beautiful stars. Let's go to the book and see what it says. Balsamic moon. Page 38. Pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. I feel like this card could be tying in with this card over here, with the first card. How I felt like maybe an apology needed to be made or some sort of amends. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. When one is healed, all are healed. This card also has a few additional meanings. It's time to let go of the past. You are about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. And think about how this situation would look if everyone were healed. So I feel like this card is all about patience. Giving yourself time. I feel like this is a card about resting. But also not just resting. I feel like there is a time to harness the bull's strength. I don't feel like that would be in this type of situation. You don't want that bull's headstrong stubbornness to come into play. But like when it's productive, then that's the time to use it. So pile 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed your reading, which cards resonated with you and really stuck out to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello, pile 4. This reading is for you. You have chosen this stone. Pile 4, this is your reading. So this first card, what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? What lessons can I learn from nature? How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? Get this all on camera. Okay, there we go. What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? And what can I do to manage overindulgence? And then this card, this is going to be advice from the Oracle. Okay. So, with the first card, what can I do to inspire tranquility in my home? Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. This card is reversed. I feel like you may feel like you're stuck right now. You may be stuck. Maybe that is what is causing a little bit of a disturbance or a rift in the home. I feel like this would be the time to light a match under the bottom. This would be the time to light a match under it. Get going, get moving, get yourself unstuck, harness the energy of the bull and get yourself going. It's okay to make baby steps, but you don't want to stay stuck. What lessons can I learn from nature? Eight of Wands in the reverse. So normally this card is all about motion and energy moving very quickly, progress being made. And maybe the lesson that that you're meant to be learning right now is that, again, about baby steps. If you're moving slow, you know, a bull can charge, a bull can move fast, but generally speaking, the bull will take it slow. A bull's not like a horse where it's just gonna like be made to run. A bull can move when it needs to, but other than that, the bull kind of takes it slow. He cruises along, but he goes at a steady pace. And I feel like, you know, nature, like watching grass grow, watching a flower bloom, like you could sit and watch it, but it does it so steady and so slow. It's almost imperceivable. You know, you can watch the moon and the same thing, like when I don't know if you've ever sat and watched a moon with, what is it called? With a telescope, but like you don't realize how quickly the moon moves until you sit and try to watch it on a telescope. And then you're like, oh, I have to move it. Oh, I have to move it again. You know, like you just kind of take it for granted that it's there in the sky and, you know, but it's moving and we're moving on the earth. And, you know, like you have to keep moving too. So I feel like that's the lesson you have to learn. How to keep moving, how to continually grow, how to make progress. Even if it's slow, it's okay. How can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so here we have these two little kittens seeking wisdom from the wise one. This noble cat. This cat looks very old. And I see all the symbols. He knows all the things. Okay, how can I release unhealthy attachments to physical possessions? I feel like there is a very rigid attachment. I'm not too sure what this attachment is. I don't know if it's a cultural attachment or a religious attachment. It could be, I feel like whatever it is, it's very rooted in tradition, whatever that means to you. I feel like this card is suggesting that there may be some unhealthy attachments to some of these possessions, and you need to make up your own rules. That it's okay to write some of your own rituals. Some of you may be sitting there like, yeah, that's awesome. I never thought of that. And others may be sitting there hearing that like, whoa, what do you mean write my own rituals? Like, you know, this tradition is very, you know, it has its own rules. And I feel like that's okay if it's healthy. But I feel like as far as the unhealthy attachments, I feel like if you sit with this card for a time that it'll come to you, and you will come to understand which attachments are healthy and which ones are unhealthy. And the unhealthy ones are the ones that I'm referring to. So those things are things that are holding you back from your highest potential, from experiencing joy, and they're things that you're probably better suited with letting go of. You're gonna have to look at things in a new way. What simple pleasures would I most enjoy right now? Oh, 2 of Wands in the reverse. So this cat is standing from this place of safety and security, and he's looking out. New possibilities, something he wants to create and bring about into this world. And I feel like right now, this is a stay home and chill. This is a Netflix and chill. I don't know if you have Netflix or not. Maybe it's Amazon, or maybe it's watching whatever you have as far as your own movies, or maybe you watch Gaia or whatever. But whatever it is that brings you joy, this is stay home and do that. Maybe it's stay home and read a book, or maybe it's stay home and I don't know, listen to the radio or whatever. But you're not busy looking at what other people are doing. You're not making plans. I feel like this is time of hanging out and chilling at home. What activities will help me become more grounded in my body? King of Pentacles. And here you literally see this cat doing exactly what is being suggested here. And this is going to help you feel more grounded in your